Hey guys, it's me, Phoenix. We are going to do a spiritual journey reading to see where you are. Please do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified when I post a new video. Remember, red hearts if you made it through, purple hearts if it resonates, green hearts if you're working on it, yellow hearts if you rock with me, and got my 6 meaning have my back because I have yours. Let's see where we are with this spiritual journey. See what you got going on. Yeah, something that's triggering you, and also a purge and cleanse. So you're purging and cleansing from the things that are triggering you. It says some elements of your life cannot remain. This is in the reverse. Some elements of your life cannot remain. Negative people, behaviors, or circumstances must be purged. Triggering, it says you may be put to the test in certain situations to address patterns with yourself and others. If this brings up a behavior that must be corrected, now is the time. Physical abilities is in the reverse. It says you, excuse me, hold on. That drives me crazy. It says you have the gift of seeing, hearing, and sensing intuitively. Continue to develop your abilities. So at some point, these triggering energies and you having to purge and cleanse these energies cause you to a friend of mine is on by Kelly Price and R. Kelly and Ron Isley. It's caused you to block your third eye and not be able to trust and not to have any liberations. It says break the chains of addictions, restrictions, or other impediments, impediments. I don't know how to say it. It begins with freedom of choice. It begins with freedom of choice. Unsure energy, spiritual guides, and angels. Connect with your spirit guides, archangels, and ancestors. They will guide you on your journey. I can read good upside down. And there is a pivot point and sideways. There is a pivot point. You are at a fork in the road where an important decision may have an substantial impact. So you're making decisions, and this is you spending time alone and getting away from the energies that are triggering you and blocking your ability to grow and for growth. So I forget the name of this tarot deck, but I like it. Let's go ahead and pull for the purge and cleanse to see. Yeah, there is the Eight of Swords energy, overthinking. You're purging and cleansing from the things. It says again, some elements of your life cannot remain. Negative people, behaviors, or circumstances must be purged. And so for the triggering, we have the Queen of Cups, your empathetic nature. You may put somebody's throat chakra is off. Oh God. You may be put to the test in certain situations to address patterns within yourself with yourself and others. If this brings up behaviors that must be corrected, now is the time. And then, we have the psychic abilities in the reverse. So your empathetic nature is being put to the test. People are taking your kindness for a weakness, and therefore you're not, you feel more stagnant than seeking the liberation and using your third eye and trusting in your intuition. But you're afraid to ask the spirit guides for help. It says connect with your spirit guides, archangels, and ancestors. They will guide you to a journey, because a lot of these journeys will get you on a pivot point of where you have to get rid of the people that deplete you. And sometimes it's hard, but when you start to really look at the red flags that are happening, this is Six of Pentacles, that you've been giving too much to a situation. This is going to happen when it comes to the Six of Pentacles. So that's why you're unsure on asking your spirit guides for help. And so therefore, the reciprocity is not going to be there. And that you're going to have to pull your energy back and decide who gets to stay or go. And this King of Cups energy is a lady that is in the middle of the ocean. Not a lady, but, like a rock in the middle of the ocean that can decide who stays or goes. It reminds me of Clash of the Titans. Remember when the eyes opened and they had, was that Clash of the Titans? The eyes opened, and then they had to go through with the boat, and excuse me, somebody's throat chakra's off. I am choking. Hold on one second. Okay, so on this song, I had to choke. That was just literally it. But on this song, friend of mine, he says, I can't stand for nobody to hurt you, baby. So just call him up, call him. She like, no, I don't want to. Because it's the pivot point when somebody gets involved in your situations. She says, I don't want to call him. He say, call him, and so they call R. Kelly, this Ron Isley talking to Kelly Price. And so that's the thing. You would rather spend time alone than to deal with this energies of the pivot points of people standing up for you. And that could be your spirit guides or the people that's close to you. So you don't want to tell people about the people that are keeping you stagnant and triggered and overthinking. And so that's where your empathetic nature is coming, with you trying to figure out ways to not give to these situations. And so the King of Cups energy is like, you need to know that Seven of Wands energy, you have to be proud of your accomplishments and your endeavors and of yourself. And so you have all these tattoos and all of these things of your conflicts and battles that you've come through, Seven of Wands energy. And basically it's something that most people aren't able to do, but you are able to pull back your empathetic nature and reach this pivot point. But sometimes you just have to ask for help. And that's the part of that you don't want anybody to look at you in some kind of way. Eight of Pentacles energy. So you rather have this time alone. Quiet introspection is needed. Disconnect, relax, turn off your electronics and just be. Eight of Pentacles is planting the seeds, but this is you being a butterfly and turning from turning from a cocoon into a butterfly or a chrysalis. That's why I have the butterfly here next to the crab, because it's hard to get to this point, but we can. But it takes anger to get to this point sometimes, and not just doing it because we know that we need to. And so when people get involved, we have to take a leap. And that's why these little characters, like the Monopoly characters, are here, which is the full energy and the strength, because we have to recognize our strengths and understand the Six of Swords. Sometimes we have to walk away and go on an island and spend some time alone in order to have a rebirth, to look at things for what they are. And that's you having clarity in regards to your rewards, but also the things that cause you anxiety, right? Nine of Swords energy, and doing what makes your heart happy. And sometimes this is not what makes your heart happy. You rather sit there alone and spend time looking at the love and the nostalgia that you have. But the King of Pentacles energy says, it says there's no reward without risk. Create opportunities. Don't be afraid to fail, and invest your time wisely. So investing your time means that you have to look in new directions, look in new ways. This is like, to me, this is like a lighthouse type energy, where this woman is at the top of the mountain and she can see which way she wants to go, and the actual way that her boat shall float in the direction. So this all comes with taming the beast, with the beast inside. And that's the pivot point that you have to recognize your strengths. And sometimes with the King of Wands energy, the King of Wands energy says a true leader leads from the heart, inspires others to do more, dream bigger, and be better. So you have to inspire yourself to do that. And sometimes the Two of Pentacles comes, and that's the decisions that you have to make. But this King of Pentacles can be the ancestors and friends and spirit guides that you know mean you well. But the Ace of Wands is stepping out on faith and having courage in order to do that, to have your rewards and go from there. So here is the Four of Pentacles energy. You have to pull back your energy, and there is a gate guarding her home and her energy, which is something that makes her feel some type of way. And the Sun energy is growth that you have to have and realize when you're being stabbed in the back, or things that you need to purge and cleanse from that's triggering you and blocking you. So the Queen of Swords energy, this is the Queen of Swords that the Queen of Swords energy says, stand up for yourself, always speak your mind, and don't take shit from anyone else or from anyone. And so therefore you have to look within and look from a far distance and have the confidence, Ace of Pentacles energy, that you need in order to get through that. And sometimes it takes hermit mode to go from soul searching. Now remember, I said the lighthouse from that other thing, but this is so that you can be around people who complete you and not deplete you. And this is the fairy tale life that you want to have, which has a tree house. It could be a tree house involved, a house with 8 stories, small, but big enough and tall enough for you to be able to look out through the trees with lights around it. And to most, it's not that way. To some types of emperors, it could be a foundation that you're building, or it can be the unknown of them loving you for who you are. But you have to be optimistic with your dreams and not just someone else. Not just someone else, and going from there. And the Ten of Cups energy is, this is what we all want. But again, the Ten of Pentacles energy lets you know that sometimes there has to be a maze that you have to get to, both of you guys, all of you guys, family, friends, and everyone else, to get to the middle to win. And that takes age. Sometimes it takes old age. This light is driving me crazy. Sometimes it takes old age, and sometimes it doesn't happen overnight. But the Knight of Swords energy tells you to be tough, be ambitious, know what you want, and go after it in a single-minded determination. And that is the justice, the balancing of the scales, what you have to have in order to, Page of Pentacles, go after the things that you want and see the beauty in the things that you want. And so the Page of Pentacles says never stop learning, because if you think you know everything, you know nothing at all. And so therefore, with the Hierophant, you have to change your belief system. Do you remember the owl? How many licks it would take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll pop? But remember the wise old owl. Sometimes you have to ask your spirit guides for help when it comes to dealing with emperor type energies, because this emperor can keep you, emperor, empress, however you want to do, or stability type energy can keep you triggered, and also, in a situation of stagnation, and like you're a puppet. And so therefore, that is why this King of Swords energy comes out. You have to know, when faced with difficult situations, you need to be impartial, carefully evaluate your options with a rational mind. And sometimes that comes with love, opportunity. Groove With You is on by Isley Brothers. And the Ace of Cups energy is opportunities as well. Opportunities, somebody's throat chakra is off, but the opportunities come with the Five of Swords energy. And this is love. This is the ego energy. So this is either somebody, and if you look closely, I'm sorry that this, hold on, let me try to see. If you look closely, his heart is patched up. So this comes with ego and toxicity of being strung along, and a web, being on a web, but it comes with you moving fast. This reminds me of the Never-Ending Story, when a trail was running from the nothing, right? And the nothing is the nothing in this person's heart. The nothing in this person's heart, and the toxicity that is in the universe. And also to know that the Five of Wands energy, the conflict of somebody playing games with you, playing checkers and not chess. You want to play chess with somebody, but that's you having confidence in having completion when it comes to, again, the Five of Pentacles one more time. So again, the Five of Pentacles is you understanding that this is a thing where it can be struggle, and the heart and the home can be in the bottom of this. I'm trying to think what this is. Yeah, and it can be a whole lot of everything, of the struggles and the burdens of the past. But when it comes to the King of Wands energy, the King of Wands says a true leader leads from the heart, inspires others to do more, dream bigger, and be better. And so that is where you have to understand the difference between this situation and be victorious at the end of the day, knowing that you're going to have your cake and eat it too. And this is getting to where you need to go. And this card reminds me of the saying, you can get a lot more, I don't know if it's feed a lot more bees with honey or than vinegar or something like that. So this is you leading people with, love, and just removing your energy to let them see that if they want you, Monica and Keisha Cole, let me be the one. Y'all know I can't sing, but it said if they want you, they got to show you that they want you. Knight of Wands energy, my Drake energy. You only live once. Be bold, be fearless, do what you love. And the Tower energy also says sometimes you have to tear down the limiting structures you have built for yourself to move forward, rebuild better, stronger, and wiser. But that all has to do with confidence. And the confidence card says, well, the saying that it says confidence shines from the inside when you love yourself, own your flaws, and rock them without caring what others think. And that's why you have to manifest the opportunities, the love, and also to see what it is that you want. Page of Cups energy when it comes to the Page of Wands. Page of Wands energy is yesterday is history. Tomorrow's a mystery. The only thing is real is the present moment. So you searching for the future in the present moment, or searching to see where the future, what the future holds, or looking back at the past. The past causes fear. The future causes anxiety. The present moment is where you need to be. And that's what you're searching for, is so that you can be grateful for the experiences that you have, the people that complete you and not deplete you. That's the ebb and flows of life. But it takes a realization to have that, and to know the direction that you need to go into, to see the world, to see the sun and the moon, and knows that the world and the sun and the moon goes around each other. But it all starts with understanding where the heartbreak comes in at and understanding the triggers. So there you have it, Three of Pentacles, working with people as a team. I'm going to go ahead and pull from the Four Agreements and then the crystal deck, and then we're going to let this energy go. So yeah, it's just about what you need, what's triggering you, and don't make assumptions. Ask for what you want. A lot of the times we're not asking for the things that we want, and therefore when it comes to the things that trigger us, we get mad, and then all of a sudden when we start feeling blocked and start overthinking, we start taking things personally because we made the assumption that somebody, an emperor, was basically the wise old owl and knew what we want, and then we had to turn around and ask our spirit guides for help. So don't make the assumptions that somebody knows what you want. Ask for what you want. It says find the courage, and then again, all back and tying into it, find the courage to ask for what you want. Others have the right to tell you yes or no, but you always have the right to ask. Likewise, everybody has the right to ask you for what they want, and you have the right to say yes or no. So ask for what you want. And that is where we are. Let's pull from the crystal deck, and then we're going to go ahead and let this energy go. The card Kuzanite comes out, and it's the heart chakra. Again, I said you can get more, and I don't know the saying exactly, so don't quote me. Feel So Right is on by Lloyd, but I said that you can get more bees with honey than you can with vinegar or something like that, whatever that saying is. The heart chakra is the Kuzanite. It says unconditional love, contemplation, and introspection. When you understand this, when I say what's understood, it doesn't have to be explained. Don't be afraid to know and to be okay and confident with the way that you want to be loved. If that means that you want a tree house, however you want, and you want it in the middle of the forest, and it's 8 stories up, the size of one room, but goes all the way up to 8 stories, that's what you want. If you want a tiny home, if you want a yurt, if you want land off grid, if you want to do any of this, don't be afraid with that. So the heart chakra is your ability to sense strength and healing, to be loving, to be harmonious, and to forgive. No man is your enemy. No man is your friend. Every man is your teacher. So this overthinking taught you a lesson of how to purge, how to cleanse, and how to understand what's triggering you, but to also understand that the Hierophant energy, your belief system, the wise old owl, can be the one that helps you get out of this mode of overthinking and feeling like you can't fly or you're not good enough in order to do that. And so that is where, you're being stagnant by being treated as a puppet, and that's why you're asking for help. So the Kuzanite says, I release outer influences and am filled with divine love. So I release outer influences and I am filled with divine love. So there you have it. Let's go ahead and let this old energy go. I now let go of worn out conditions of lack, doubt, hate, negativity, procrastination, stagnation, sadness, generational curses, debt, bad energies, heartbreak, bad health, and addictions. Remember, addictions can be to a person, place, thing, or situation. I love you guys.